Boruck, Sacred Remembrances, and then Blue Sunday.
It's already such a spectacular day. All those ukuleles over there, all that beautiful music. I got another angel from Gord. Laura Lee's here. We have 5 ministers here. Wow, that's hard to top. But I'm going to give it my best. Good morning, beautiful. Thank you for saying that back to me. I invite you to just bring quietness into your mind by focusing on your breath and breathing 3 times in and out with intention and relaxation. And join with me as I joyfully state, there is one universal spirit, life essence of all that is, that subtle and intelligent power that permeates all things. This universal spirit I call God. It is present in every place, conscious in every part of me, and is the intelligence and love of all. All humankind are the representative of this divine presence. We are the avenue that God expresses itself through. Our ability to think, know, and act are channels through which the universal spirit flows. This morning, I declare and know that the words I speak are true for each person here in body, mind, and spirit who claim it as their truth. As we are all one, me is we in expression. The I am is in each and every one of us. I am consciously aware and awake to my community and myself. I believe the I am is eternal and continues to present itself in the kindness I've shared, in the love I've expressed, in the joy that I've projected. As we approach this season, this is a time to reflect on changes, losses, gratitude, and our intention. Let us take a moment to reflect on 2025 with deep faith that we are in the flow of good. Thank you, Ava. As we reflect, it's important that we take the opportunity to express gratitude for all our experiences. Gratitude for what we've received and what we've let go of. Losses are a great opportunity to express gratitude. This morning, I live in a state of deep gratitude. With loving thanks for the awareness of my oneness with all knowing I am not alone. For this Center for Spiritual Living, Red Deer, where we are serving a greater good. For all who come through the doors and find peace and joy, I am grateful. I release this into the law of mind, where it is acted upon, returned to me, multiplied and overflowing, and today we say, and so it is. And now I invite each of you in this stillness to bring into your heart and mind those that we have lost, those we wish to hold in our consciousness. In our oneness, we affirm the light and love and healing that shines through each of us. Those who have left, those who are on a healing journey, Today I speak these names, and I ask you to join me after by speaking all the names of those who need to know they are loved. Today I send love to Marion, to Janet and Susan, to Karen and Valentine and Tress and Judy and Gail and Vera and Joanne, all our ministers. And send it to yourselves. Thank you. Well, so this is a ceremony I usually do in December, closer to Christmas, and it's called the Blue Candle Ceremony for a reason, because we honor things that are blue in our life. This Sunday, I'd like to light these candles in honor of the faith and the gift and the hope and love that this season has to offer us, affirming that we are the bringers of the light in the world. I wrote something for the newsletter, and it just really fit in with my talk. I wrote, do you remember your first word? Probably not. Do you remember your first love? Probably do. Do you know that remembering is our greatest gift? This month, we remember those who gave their lives for our freedom. I remember going often with my mom to those ceremonies at the Memorial Center in Lacombe. It was so moving and so honoring to hear all those names. And when I reflect back, I cherish those times with my mother. And I also cherish all that remembering. But as well as remembering those who have left us, this is a reminder to remember to express gratitude for those who have helped us on our journey of elevated consciousness, all those who supported you, all those who opened their hearts and minds to teach you a better way. I remember the first time I walked into this center. I was afraid, I was wounded, and I cried for months when we sang, I love myself the way I am. And when I see how much I've grown, I really honor that. I honor myself, and I honor anybody that still cries when they hear, I love myself the way I am. Do you know, this blue candle ceremony, it's been practiced in many different faiths. It's a ritual that honors what we've lost. But of course, Science of Mind took that one step further. Ernest Holmes said, when you're expressing what you've lost, don't forget to express gratitude for what you have. So now, Centers for Spiritual Living do this 7 candle. And it's practiced at this time of year because it's kind of dark out and we're waiting for the light to come. So as we light these candles, we light them in honor of the return of the light. Love and light. The first time I did it was many years ago. There's a fellow, Ian McLaughlin, who's now in heaven too. And he had lost his wife, and so I was looking for something to help him honor that. And so I did this blue candle ceremony, and then a few years later I thought, hey, I think I want to do that again. And then last year I thought, hey, I'm going to do that again. And this year I thought, I'm going to do that again, not knowing that this year was going to be for me. You know, when we look deeply at our past and the things that we've lost, it is the greatest opportunity we have to grow. I want to tell you a story, and the story's called The Refiner and Purifier of Silver. And this is a story about some women who used to meet and study the Bible, and in the Old Testament, there's the book of Malachi. And in that testament, it says, the Lord shall be the purifier and refiner of silver. So the one woman, she's sitting there through this old reading, and she goes home and she just can't let go of that. And she thought, what does that mean? So she phoned a silversmith and she said, do you mind if I come and watch what you're doing? And she never told him why, and she watched him, and he's holding the silver and he's holding it over a flame, and he's watching as the flame in the center starts to purify the silver. And she says, what are you doing? He says, I'm waiting for that one moment when that silver's pure. And she says, do you have to keep looking at it? Do you have to hold it all along? Can't you put it down, go somewhere, leave it over the flame and come back? He says, no, because there's a special moment when it's perfectly pure silver. And she says, well, how do you know that it's pure silver? And he said, because I can see my reflection in it. And when I read that story, I thought, oh my gosh, that's mirror work. You look in the mirror until you see clearly. Or I remember a course Carmen taught where she made us look in each other's eyes until they were clear. I was pretty ticked. It took hours for me to clear my eyes. Do you remember that, Carm? And I thought, what is the message for us? Well, the message is, the metaphysical message is, it's a reminder of our process. Our process is evolution, and we are the refiners of that silver. We have to watch our grief. We can't just push it aside because we're refining silver. And when we can look at ourselves and we can look at grief and we can see clearly our reflection, we have walked through the shadow of the valley of death. So that was such a great moment for me to think, okay, I'll walk through this. And at the end, I'm going to see myself clearly. There's a power so profound in ritual and ceremony. I think life should just be all ceremonies. And so today, as we light these 7 candles, I'll call up people to light a candle, and I then will stop for a moment. And any of you that resonate with what that candle was lit for, come and pick up your own candle. And if you choose, you can stand in the front and show your candle, and if not, you can sit down. I want to thank Dr. Petra Welds from CSL Dallas and Portland, Oregon, for creating this. And I contacted her, and she gave me support, and she gave me tools, and she gave me her blessing to do this blue holiday ritual. Now, people don't know that I'm asking them up here, so first I'd like to ask Ruth to come up. The first candle I'd like Ruth to light is for all those we've lost in the wars. Anyone you choose, whichever one speaks to you. And not just those that we lost in the war. You should be able to just pull the trigger. But all those who've lost and given up something in service for others. Even those who are caregivers, they were in service to others. So I ask all of you, any of you who've lost somebody that was in service to another, to come up and light a candle. And Ruth, I'd ask you to light a candle, and if you want, you can stay, and if you want to sit, you can do that too. But I'll have you light a candle. Yeah, but light one for you. Who did you lose in the wars, Ruth? Well, I thank you for your family service. You can. Reverend Tress is very active right now in doing Remembrance Day services at seniors' lodges and legions. She's already started. Thank you for your service. And what's your experience with the war, Reverend Tress? Absolutely.
was one of the tanks on D-Day, and he saw terrible things. My father then, later on, probably a month or so later, his tank was hit. There were 5 men in my father's tank. He was the only one that survived. So Remembrance Day is very special to me because, well, that was pretty well said right there. And my being active as the Padre of the Legion, because I never want this to happen to anyone's sons, daughters, grandchildren, ever again. So that's my 2 cents worth.
That's $1 million.
Okay. So I'll move over because I see somebody.
Russell's coming. Russell, do you have a story you want to share about the war? Okay, here, I'm going to give you a mic. Sorry, I should have done that earlier.
Thank you. Tress and I have been married for 50 years now. And the neat thing is, I know this was a terrible war, Second World War, but my dad married a woman from England, and Tress's dad married a woman from Scotland. So, because the war happened, we happened, and our children happened too,
Oh, wow.
and our grandchildren. So I'm very thankful and proud that my dad, fought in Italy, and he came back. He was slightly injured. There was a bomb that went off, and he was pushed underneath a truck. And it was mental illness that was the outcome of his times. And that has a lot of problems with people during the war, is the mental stress that they had to go through. Thank you.
So the losses are not just physical. Yes, okay. And now I'd like to invite Gord to come up to light a candle in memory of all those who made their transition this year and whom we've personally lost this year or other years. The loss we still feel in our hearts. All those who won't be with us this holiday. And I ask you to say her name.
Elaine.
You hold this,
Elaine.
and you grab yourself a white candle and light yourself a candle.
Thank you.
Ava, can you light a candle for me in honor of my sister Marion? Oh, grab a white one. Oh, Reverend Gail, you want one? And you can. Do you want to? Do you want to?
I just want to say, and I'm going to sit right here and say what I have to say.
Okay. If we record, if you do it in here, then it's recorded.
I would just like to say that I have lost many people this year in my life. And of course, I'm getting older, so I expect it, but I did not expect my sister to pass. But my sister had her own war. She had been in a mental hospital for 50 years. So I bless her. I know she's in a much better place than we are. And I know that she is with a higher power that I call God. And all is well with her life. And I just have to let go of this. And I know that life has to have gives and takes. So now I know she's in heaven, and I'm happy, and I'm satisfied. Thank you, everybody.
Vera, you going to light a candle? Okay. You guys all line up. Peter, can you come and light a candle? A white one? I'll get you to light a blue one later.
I haven't lost anybody this year, thank goodness. But over my many years, I've lost many friends, family members, and stuff like that. And one thing that I've learned through all of that is because of the teachings here, I've been able to make through each and every one of them. The hardest one was when I lost my husband, Gary, he had Alzheimer's. So that took me down. It was a year of my life before I could get things back together. But I'm thankful for being able to have him in my life and for what he taught me and how this teaching here takes us through the shadow of the dark night of the soul, takes us directly to the other side, into the light.
I'm lighting this candle for people family members I've lost in the past, like my parents, 2 younger brothers, and my wife. And I truly believe this center, since I started coming here, has really helped me out a lot in order to figure things out and just keep me calm. And I thank the center for that.
Hello. I lost my husband a couple years ago. Still breaks tears, but I released his ashes in September. And to me, that's a whole new part of releasing and grieving that, I didn't realize. And I don't think Reverend Joanne knows that my husband was a musician. He loved Bob Dylan. And the Sunday before we were releasing his ashes, you did that bit of Bob Dylan song in your talk, Changes. Yeah. That was unexpected. You didn't know where it came from. And the other day you did Let It Be, which was what was sung at his celebration of life service. So he's always here. I know that. The teachings have taught me that. But also this year, I lost my sister at the beginning of the year. She's had COPD for many years, and it finally just got the best of her. And then I lost my granddaughter in a car accident. And that was a tough one. She was 27, full of life, with a young daughter. And just trying to make it home in the middle of the night, and she got in an accident, and that was that. So the teachings has helped me. The centers of Sacramento was a big help. It's just like the center has been here to help me through this and to understand the grieving process, but also the many layers of grief. It's not just kind of a one and done, right? It just kind of ebbs and flows and changes, and I realize that it actually changes how I breathe. And so it's been a process, and so I thank these teachings and everyone here for all their support.
Oh, Linda. And now I'd like to have Peter come up again and light a blue candle this time, because it's not just people that have left us physically. There are lots of us who have family that don't live here. They're not going to be here at Christmas. They're not going to be here for her birthday. Today I asked Peter to light this candle of recognition of family members and friends too far away to share this holiday, whether they're separated by choice, by distance, or by finances. And again, Peter, could you tell us where all your family live?
All my family are back in Manitoba, so I don't see them as often as I would like. When winter comes, snow comes, I don't travel a lot anymore because I just don't. Getting older, and you just don't want to be on the highway. Sometimes flying is good, and sometimes it's not so good. But sometimes it's a lot colder over there too, so you really don't want to go. But that's where my family is. That's where I came from back in '97, and it was. They're close around Winnipeg, all of them. Yeah. Actually, I grew up just outside of Winnipeg at St. Andrews. Yeah. Were you close by to there? Yes. Whereabouts? Lorette. That's not far. No, it's not far at all.
It's a small world. It's a really small world. And so now I'd like to invite Carmen up. There's so many ways we have to grieve, not just in death. Today, Carmen lights a candle to acknowledge the loss, the pain, the sadness, and the anger that our human hearts grieve when we lose relationships. Those who've suffered divorce, separation, mental illness. We offer our pain as a testament of our love. Thank you, Carmen. Should be able to just pull the trigger. Not just the loss of relationships, but, Carmen, she has Pearl. Pearl's a big responsibility. So she lights that candle today for Pearl.
It was beautiful to hear that Therese and Russ were married for 50 years. It'd be 50 years this year for me, too. But at 45 years, my relationship with my high school sweetheart that we got married when I was 17, choose a different path. So through betrayal and everything else, I made it through. So in those relationships, I also think there's a death in ourselves and a rebirth. And through that, also losing relationships with family members and life in many ways. So that's my story. But grateful that we can, with the love and compassion of friends and family and beliefs and our faith and this church, we can move on. So thank you.
Thank you, Carmen. And the last one we light, before we go into gratitude and celebration, I asked Laura Lee to come up. Laura Lee's moved away. Today I asked her to light the candle in honor of the loss and loss of financial security, loss of your home, loss of your job. When your faith is tested like that, it's important to remember that God is your source, not your income. Your income's limited, but your source isn't. Light a white one too, Laura Lee. So I thank Laura Lee for honoring all those who've had their circumstances changed. And we grieve that too, and we offer love. And I hope that those 5 candles kind of touch something in your life that you're letting go of. That we hold the light for you, that we honor you, that we see you, that we love you. And don't forget you're the light in the world. Because now we get to celebrate. I'd like to ask Reverend Vera to come up. and light this candle in honor of faith, hope, love that this season has to offer, affirming that we are the bringers of light in the midst of the darkness. In gratitude, we stand with all those who work tirelessly, like she does, for peace, for justice, and for a healthy center and a healthy future. A moment of gratitude in silence, please, for hope and love and light. Thank you, Gord. Thank you, Reverend Tress. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Reverend Valentine. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Laura Lee. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Reverend Gail. Thank you, Reverend Vera. Thank you, Ava. Thank you, Edith. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Vernie. And what's your name beside? Susie? Judy. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Floyd. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Juliet. And thank you, God. And now I'd like to invite Russ to come up and light the final blue candle. In honor of all the family and friends we do have. Look at what we have here today. We have a family of our own, a family we chose. And I don't know about you, but when I come on a Sunday, I'm uplifted and I'm good for the whole week. So in honor of all the family and friends we do have, the family and friends that are still with us, for the beautiful marriage he has, for our community, and for the love. We are the incarnation of spirit and love, as Russell is. So let's take a moment and just acknowledge that. All those we do have. And as I affirm for you, may the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal, to help, to bless, and to serve. O Spirit of freedom and light, we are the light. Thank you so much for standing with me and lighting these candles and recognizing all we've lost and all we still have. And I would like to invite Kathy and Ursula to come up here because we have a great celebration for you. Oh, I got to talk fast. We got to go fast. So there's a couple of drumming songs that really resonate with me. Come up here, darling. She doesn't want to be here. Ursula went to get her drum. So tell me about how that drum came to be.
We went to a course in Essence Studio in Sylvan Lake. Ursula and I were across the table from each other. These came soaking wet because we wanted color on them. And this was soaking wet. So you had to actually hold these really tight. So I got Ursula to hold them so I could tie because I didn't have the strength. But yeah, they came out beautiful.
Look at all the things and people that created that drum.
Yeah.
Is it cow?
No, it's deer.
Deer. The
Yeah.
deer?
Ursula's.
Where did that gut come from? This.
The rock?
Yeah, no, the twine.
It's cowhide.
Cowhide. So a cow. A rock. And you guys helped each other by holding the drum. That is community in action. So the first one I want to do is one that Floyd said that really resonates with him. It's called the Power Song. And you can stand if you like, and you can join us. And then when we're done that, I'm going to ask Peter to turn out the light, and we'll sing This Little Light of Mine. Okay, if you guys just start with the 1, 2 beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. When I was young, me. I was wrong to be strong, but now I'm older. And I tell them that I've been giving away my power for too long, and I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back, 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 because it's mine when I was younger. Oh, they told me I was wrong to be strong, but now I'm older. And I tell them that I've been giving away my power for too long, and I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back, 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 because it's mine. It's mine. Can we do this song? Keep going. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hold it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woohoo! Thank you. Okay.
That was a song she sang for my mom when she died.
Oh. I want to close with a prayer and a poem. The first one is called Living in the Present Moment. Do you know our true home is in the present moment? To live in the present moment is a miracle. The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth in the present moment, to appreciate the peace and the beauty that are available now. Peace is all around us and in nature and in our bodies and our spirits. Once we learn to touch this peace, we will be healed and transformed. And it's not a matter of faith, it's a matter of practice. I can think of no better way to celebrate what we've lost than celebrating in this community and to share this special time with each of you. You are the oneness of the Center for Spiritual Living, Red Deer. So let's go into a sacred place as I speak these words of closing. All are loved here. All are welcome here. We are one community. With loving thanks, I release my word into the law of mind and spirit, where it is returned to all of us, multiplied and overflowing. And together we say, and so it is. This month, make it your intention to remember and live in a state of gratitude and love. There is no higher vibration. There is now. It's called integrity. Let's live in integrity. I got to put this down because I am Reverend Joanne Faith, Peace, and Love Boruck, and I wish you an amazing week. Thank you.